email, it's between Jackson and Maine, right? Who's talking? So we have Jackson, and we have Maine, right? And we're talking about her apartment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look at what they have with at. It's at 10 First Avenue. So when we have an actual, does everyone know this word? What am I writing?
Address.
When we have an address, do you know your address? Don't tell me, but do you know your address?
I know about address.
You should know your address. Please learn your address, right? So, for example, if your address is this 1, 2, 3, what do you think this is?
No.
N is for north, right?
Yeah.
What if it's like this?
South.
South, all right? What if it's like this?
Where
East.
What am I gonna write down?
West.
Oh, you're so smart.
West.
Where's
West.
I'm just making this up.
Just
What do you think the ST is? Street, right? Okay. This is the whole address, right? If I take this out, it's not the address. It just tells us the street, right?
yeah.
So we can say he's on Johnson Street. But if I have the whole address, I'm going to say he's on or at? At. Okay. So when it's the whole address, okay. Do we understand across from?
Close.
Across from?
Like when you like this.
Here, I'll make this. You know McDonald's?
Yeah.
Right? Here's a street, right? All right, we'll make this a bank. Right? So the McDonald's is across from
Close from back.
the bank, right? What does it say in the email? It says it's across from a library, right? So the apartment is across from a library. That must be a nice place to live, right? She just has to cross the street to go to the library, right? And next to a gym, do we understand next to?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's McDonald's. Give me another restaurant. Can you think of another restaurant?
King Burger.
King Burger. How about Burger King? All right. That would not be good, right? We can say the Burger King is next to the McDonald's. And the McDonald's is, do you remember this? Across, not to, across from the bank, right? And next to, okay, and one more, on the corner of, do we understand corner?
Yes. No.
No, yes, okay. Think of how streets are, right? Right? Okay, so often there are places that are on the corner of one street and another, okay? So what it says here is, it stops on the corner of First and Jackson, right? So think about this. Here's First. Here's Jackson. You see this? Here's the corner, right? It's where the two streets meet. Okay, so we need to know all of these. Okay, let's work on pronunciation. I'm going to say them, you repeat. On.
On.
Good. Between.
Between.
At. Across from.
Across from.
Next to.
Next to.
On the corner of.
On the corner.
Okay, so these are really good for directions when you're asking someone for directions. Okay, look at the next page. Okay, just some good vocabulary to learn. The first one is, you know this already probably, a supermarket. Let's repeat, a supermarket. Supermarket, good. A gym. Good. A library. An apartment building. Good. All right, and one more thing that you're going to need to know, do you see these? These are called ordinal numbers. So around town, you usually don't see FIRST. Usually you'll see it as 1ST. Have you seen that before? So these are my ordinal numbers. Let me review these with you. ST, we don't say he lives on 1ST Street. What do we say? First Street. Just have to memorize this one, right? How about 2ND? We don't call it 2ND Street. Second, right? So in Phoenix, we have streets, we have avenues, right? You usually see it written like this, right? Okay. How about this one? Third, right? How about this one?
Fourth.
FOURTH. Don't forget the U. 5. Fifth. 6. Get a little bit more space there. 7, right? So the rest of these, they're all just TH endings, right? So EIGHTH, right?
Nine.
Why are you so smart?
10.
And one more?
10.
Okay, so pay attention to these. You might see these on a quiz. Oh, right? You might actually have to spell them out. So it's a good thing to know. What? It's important to know, right? Okay. All right. There are some good expressions. Say these with me. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Or see you. See you. Right? Same thing, right? We're talking about tomorrow. By the way, any gift ideas? By the way, any gift ideas? By the way. So when I say by the way, I'm changing the subject a little bit. We were talking about how to get to Junko's apartment. Now I want to talk about gift ideas. What's a gift?
Like something like if I be like
Like
on the Valentine's Day. My
Valentine's
mom
Day, yeah.
give, but I like.
You're going to
Grapes.
buy me chocolate for Valentine's
Yeah.
Day? Thank you. I can't wait. Thank you for doing that, right? So you can buy somebody chocolate, you can buy someone flowers, those are gifts, right? Right? If it's Junko's birthday, right? What does she like? What can we get her? Do you have any ideas? How about flowers? How about flowers? So someone is making a suggestion. How about this? How about that? Okay, let's go to the next page. Page 41. All right, look at the questions with where. Where is the art museum? Where is the art museum? Remember I can put where and is together and I can say it this way? Where's, right? Where's the art museum, right? On First Avenue. Or I can say it's on First Avenue. Now look at the next one. This time I'm not saying where it is, I'm saying where are Yuko and Keiko from? How many people am I talking about? Two, right? What is the pronoun for Yuko and Keiko? What is the pronoun? No, not are, that's a beaver. What's the pronoun for Yuko and Keiko? They, right? So I'm really saying where are they from? Where are Yuko and Keiko from? Japan. Or they're from Japan. Okay, let's look at the map. Okay. If I ask you, where is the art museum? Where is the art museum?
Out.
across the bank.
Is it across from the bank?
Yeah.
Is near
I think it's
next
next to, right? So let's say this. Ready? The art museum is next to the bank. Now look at the bank. Look at the bank. Think about the art museum. Think about the post office. Where is the bank?
The bank is next.
Washington.
Remember this? Remember this? Watch this.
is near
Behind.
No,
Near?
cross from.
Remember we had something like this before?
across from
Or between.
There we go. Okay, so let's talk about it. Where's the bank? The bank is between the
Museum.
art museum and the
Poster.
post office. Let's try that one more time because I think only two of you got that. Where is the bank? The bank is between,
Close. I mean.
not close. Let's try that again. The bank is between the art museum and the post office. Good. Where is the art museum? Now this time I want you to think about the restaurant. Look at the art museum, look at the restaurant.
Restaurant.
The last one is
next to
I mean,
next to movie.
behind.
is across from
Across from, let's try that again. So the art museum is across from
restaurant.
the restaurant. Do you get that?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at where the art museum is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? Look at where the restaurant is. Do you see that there's a street between?
Across from
There's a street between. When there's a street between, we say across from. Okay? All right. Let's do one more. Where is the art museum? Now I want you to think about Main Street and First Avenue. Main Street and First Avenue. Where's the art museum?
Main Street.
The art museum is
Okay,
next.
we're gonna use one of these.
Close. Close.
is next
On the corner. Or
On the corner,
On the
right? So
corner.
here's Main Street. Here's First Avenue. Right?
On the corner.
So the two streets meet, right? It's at the corner. At the corner, right?
that is like in a soccer game.
Like a what? Like in a soccer game.
Yeah, corner.
There's a corner kick in a soccer game, right? Absolutely, right? So it's on the corner of. All right, so let's here we'll look at this. It says, where is the restaurant? It's on First Avenue. Is that true? Is the restaurant on First Avenue?
Yep.
All right, do you see First Avenue? It's on there, right? Okay. Where's the bank? It's next to the museum, is that true?
No.
Find the bank,
Yes.
is it next to the museum?
No,
Yes.
between.
Well, we can say, oh, good question. I can say it's between, if I say it's between two places, right?
Yes.
It's between the art museum and the post office. But can I also say the bank is next to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
between.
Yeah, I can, right? They're not far away.
Yeah.
They're close to each other. They're next to, right? Look at the next part. Part 2. It says in, on, at, next to, between, and across from. These are prepositions of place. They tell the locations of places and things, right? So it says my school is in Seattle. Now, if I ask you, where is your school?
My school is Denver.
You know, so.
It's in Arizona. Or give me a city. What city do we live in?
Phoenix.
In Phoenix. So we can say my school is
In
in Phoenix. Good. It's on Main Street. What school are we? Or, sorry, where is Cortez? It's
On
on.
the, on
on
the,
street.
no,
What's that
on the-
street out there?
Dunlop.
So we're gonna say it's what?
It's on
It's on Dunlap. Good job, right? Is it next to anything? I don't know. Well, I guess we have some apartments, right?
yeah.
So we can say it's next to some
What we
apartments.
can say is next to this. This is school for.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's an elementary school, right? It's next to an elementary school.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, look at the next page. Page 42. Now this stuff you need to memorize. You need to memorize this. Get this in your brain this week, right? The first one, it says at. At is for a street address. So if I say where is Cortez High School, it's at, I don't even know the address, right? 123, right? Dunlap Avenue. Okay? It's on for a street name. Are you listening? On for a street name, right? Okay, now one more. On the blah 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 floor. Are we okay with floors?
So it's good.
So there are some buildings
Yeah.
that are very high, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Or maybe they have two, we call them stories, right? First story, second story, right? If you go to the hospital, right? There are many stories, right? So we talk about floors, right? So as you go up the elevator, right? You start on the first floor, second floor, third floor. But this is what you need to know. We say the room is on the, say it with me,
On
Third
the,
what?
on
third floor. Okay, let's practice another one. It's on the seventh floor, or it's
On the
On
10th
on
floor.
the 10th floor, right? Depending on how high someone is or something is in the building. Okay? Now, it says in for a city, for a state, for a country, for a continent. So we live in Phoenix, right? We live in Phoenix what? Arizona, right? So we live in Arizona. What country do we live in? America or the United States. We live in
Yeah.
the United States or we live in America. You can say either one. What continent are we in?
America.
North America or South America?
No? No, south.
We're in South America?
West.
Well, there is no West America. So if we're
East,
talking about
east, what?
it's either north or south. Are we in the north part or
South.
the south part?
South Pole.
North.
South.
North.
South would be those southern countries, right? Like Colombia, like Brazil, right? So we live in North America, you guys. Okay? Glad I taught you that, right? We live in North America. All right. Use ordinal numbers for streets and floors, right? So we don't say he's on the one floor, he's on the first floor, right? Second floor. We don't say the party is at 1 Avenue. It's at First Avenue or 7th Avenue, right? Okay, and then use the imperative to give directions. Remember imperatives when I tell you what to do. Take that, right? Take that street, right? Go north, go south, go east, go west. Okay, let's look at part 1 down here. This is going to be what we do for classwork. Okay, look at the first one. It says, look at the map on page 41. Write the letter of the place next to its location. So number 1, it's on the corner of First Avenue and Washington Street. It's next to a bank, and they're saying it's A, right? So if you look at A is the post office. The post office on this page, on page 41, right, is on the corner of First Avenue and Washington Street. There's Washington Street, First Avenue, right? It's next to a bank. Is that true? Is the post office next to a bank?
What?
Is the post office next to a bank?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it on the corner of Washington Street and First Avenue? Yeah, right. So that's number 1. I'm gonna have you do 2 and 3 a little bit later, okay? All right, look at or part 2 on page 43. This is Yuko's address. She lives in Seattle, Washington, right? Then they want us to talk about her address. She lives, what's my preposition if I talk about 10 First Avenue? If I talk about an address, which one do I use?
What?
She lives on, she
On.
lives between, she lives at.
She is on.
She lives at. So what I want you to do for number 2, I want you to write she lives at. How do you spell at? A-T. Okay, so we're gonna say she lives at. Can you write that, please? Take a pencil. Okay. She lives at.
At 10 First Avenue.
You know what? I'm sorry because they ended with avenue. Let's change that. So if we just talk about the avenue, right? If it's just the name of the street, if it's not the whole address, you guys, we're gonna say on. So what avenue does she live on?
So you're on 10 First Avenue.
But if we're not that specific, if we're not giving the whole address,
Apartment.
so we're gonna say she lives
On.
on, what's the name of the avenue? First Avenue.
First Avenue.
Right. I think if the last word were, the words were apartment 2A, then we would say she lives at, right? Number 3, her building is at, there's where you're gonna have the whole address.
Avenue, apartment.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you finish that one, okay? Now look at part 3. It says look at the map, match the questions and answers. Number 1, where's the art museum? It's next to the bank. Look at number 2, where's the hospital? So find the hospital. I see it.
Yes.
Is it, so it's not gonna be, it's across from the hospital. It's either C or D, right? It's between the art museum and the post office. Where it's on the northeast corner of 2nd and Washington. There's 2nd,
It's
there's
on.
Washington.
It's on
B,
the
C, A,
northern corner of 2nd and Washington.
Alright, so that one's gonna be C.
Number 2 is C.
Between the art museum and the post office? Is the hospital between the art museum and the post office?
No,
I don't think so.
it's the
I think that's where the bank is, right? Okay, so I'm gonna let you figure that one out a little bit later. Alright. And part 4, what we're gonna do is finish, here, you guys just stay. We're gonna finish the dialogue, okay, using the words from the blanks. And then for editing, we're just going to fix the sentences.
That's it.
Alright?
the homework.
We will do this in class. Alright?
You don't